Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I'm a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, small group coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about an issue that is quite common among people manifesting a specific person. And as a matter of fact, it's common in people manifesting any desire that is important to them. But it tends to be even more common among people manifesting a specific person. And that is feeling impatience towards your desire. Feeling that impatience, feeling that urge, feeling that need to force the 3D, to manipulate things, to instigate some change in order to see your desire come to the 3D faster. So when you're starting to experience that impatience, when you're starting to experience that rush, what do? Do you act on it? Do you sit back? Do you do something else? So let's discuss this. This is what we'll be talking about in today's video. Stay tuned. So first of all, let me say that it's very, very normal when we have a desire, especially a desire that means a lot to us, that is important to us, that we want to have it now. We want to have it ASAP. We want it in our life already without any delay. And so this is all human, this is all natural, this is all normal. So don't beat yourself up if you fall into a state of impatience and if you fall into a state of rush. That happens to all of us. When we have a desire that is important to us and means a lot to us, we want it now. It's very natural, it's very normal. That being said, when it comes to manifesting, impatience and this feeling of rush, this urge to force things and to manipulate things and make things change, is actually an indication that in that moment at least, or on that day or on that week, for that period of time that you're feeling this impatience, you're not really living in the state of the wish fulfilled. And the reason for that is, when you're feeling this impatience, when you're feeling this rush, the story you're essentially telling is that I don't have my SP. I am not together with my SP right now. So when are they finally going to come into my life? Because I don't have them right now. I am not together with them right now. I'm not with them right now. I'm not saying that you will never miss them. I'm not saying that you will never feel that rush. Like I said, this is very human. This is very normal. However, at the same time, it's important that you realize that when you're in that energy, when you're in that state, it's not exactly compatible, it's not exactly aligned with the state of the wish fulfilled. You are in a way in a state of lack. You are telling the story of, I don't have my SP, and where are they? Where is the movement? When is it going to happen? When is it going to come? And even more so, if that impatience also becomes an urge to take action, to try to push things along, to try and force things, to try and change things in the 3D. And usually, 9.5 times out of 10, when we're trying to force action into the 3D, one of two things happens. Either no change, so basically we're back to square one, basically we're back to where we were, or we see or experience something that we don't like, or it may even backfire in the sense that we experience something that is so unpleasant that it kind of sets us back in our mindset, in our mental and emotional state. We start doubting things, we start questioning things, we start questioning the law, we build some more resistance towards our desire. So while it's impossible to actually ruin a manifestation, so don't worry about that, at the same time, you also don't want to be poking the 3D and trying to change the 3D, because the things you might see you might not like, especially if you're coming from that state of trying to force it and trying to rush it, usually that gets reflected in the 3D either as no change, no movement, or as something that we don't quite like, or maybe even something that is really, really unpleasant. And at the end of the day, why do that to ourselves? So there's a few things that you can do when you start noticing that impatience creeping up on you about your SP. One of them is recenter yourself, reground yourself, and remind yourself that manifestation is always perfect. Your manifestation is coming from your higher self. Your desire itself is coming from your higher self. Your higher self has given you this desire, and so your higher self is also fulfilling it. Your higher self knows the means and the ways by which it's going to be fulfilled. So reground yourself, recenter yourself, and remind yourself that your higher self knows best. Your higher self knows how to fulfill the desire. You need to trust it, and you need to trust that your desire, your manifestation is always perfect. It always comes in the perfect ways, in the perfect time. Another thing that I highly recommend, not just when you fall into a state of impatience, but whenever you fall into any state that does not align with your wish fulfilled, any state of doubt, any state of questioning things, any state of feeling depressed, any state of feeling overly anxious, or whatever it might be, I highly recommend that you bring your SP into that. You either have an inner conversation with them where they soothe you and they reassure you and they address all your doubts, they address your impatience. For example, you might hear them in your imagination tell you, I'm here, I'm always here, I'm always one with you. I'm not going anywhere, I've never gone anywhere, I've always been one with you, and so I'm already here. You're not waiting for me, this is the unfolding of your manifestation. This is the unfolding of our relationship. So don't feel like you're waiting for me, I'm already here. So feel my presence, go deeper within and feel my presence. That's one with you and that's within you. If it helps you, you can always write that down. Or if you prefer, you can do it as affirmations. It doesn't necessarily have to be inner conversations, but I really do like the idea of bringing in our SP to reassure us, to soothe us, to help calm us down, to help us get over this impatience, get over this rush. And actually, that helps us go deeper within ourselves and within our consciousness and truly feel our SP with us and one with us and within us. So this is another great idea you could implement to help you get over that impatience and that rush and that urge to do things in the 3D and try to force things that a lot of the time, if not most of the time, doesn't usually take you anywhere. Another thing you may want to do is assume that this energy you're feeling, this impatient energy, this missing energy, this lacking energy, is actually coming from your SP themselves. You can assume and tell yourself and get into a state where you start believing and you start feeling it more and more natural that this impatient energy, this energy of wanting to hear from them, this energy of wanting to have them by your side now, this energy of wanting them in your life right now, is actually coming from your SP. And in a way, you're feeling it and you're channeling it. Tell yourself that you're receiving their energy and this is why you're feeling this way. You're feeling this way because they're also feeling impatient, they're also feeling this rush, they also can't live without you, they also want you in their life. And that is how you return into your confidence, into your power, and into your state of the wish fulfilled, knowing that your specific person wants you, is missing you, wants you in their life, is choosing you, wants to be with you, is looking forward to being with you, is looking forward to spending time with you, and whatever it might be that you're manifesting. So while this impatience and this rush, while you're manifesting an SP, is normal, and it is natural, and it is very human, and from time to time, there's no doubt you are actually going to feel it, it's okay, but what you want to do is bring yourself to a more stable state, a state that is more relaxed, more trusting, more receiving of your desire, where you actually trust that everything happens in the perfect time, in perfect ways, where you bring in your SP to reassure you, to soothe you, and for you to feel them close to you and to actually feel them as one with you, and where you also start feeling receptive to the possibility and the prospect that they might actually be missing you. They might actually be feeling impatient towards you and towards the prospect of reuniting with you. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.